Hey guys, and welcome to what's going to be kind of a strange episode here, because this is post-commentary. The first commentary I had for this, oh my gosh, it was staticky beyond all belief. It was bad, man. I mean, I could not distinguish my voice at all. So, yeah, this is going to be post-commentary, first time I've ever done that, so this should be, from lack of a better word, interesting. So first thing we're going to do is get out 70 reds, okay. But yeah, if you're expecting that in the last episode, I believe in the last episode we worked on this a little bit as well. But this episode primarily is going to be going after these two ship parts right here. I actually do remember this. Go after those two ship parts right there. They're grouped together, so it's best to try to go for them both on the same day. That's just a recommendation. It takes a seemingly very, very long time to actually get there. I don't know why, but it does. But obviously first we're going to have to clear the way out, so we're going to take care of the fiery blowhogs that have respawned, obviously with the red Pikmin again. If you do have any that come back to you, and you notice by the first number, you can always just throw the Pikmin on top of the blowhog, and that might work as well. You'll notice they got thrown right next to the grass right there, but they still kept going for the enemy, so that's good. They didn't mess up there. The thing with this is, by the way, since I did not mention this, do get rid of all of them before you use the nectar from the grass, if there is any, because you don't want them to get the flowers back and then lose them again. So, I believe I did not do that, because there was one of the enemies that I forgot about, but oh well, can't be helped. So yeah, this is really not that bad. Obviously you have to avoid all of our getting hit, which I did not do right there. And I believe this is the second to last one. It will take a little while to get rid of these guys, even with 70, because most of them are leaves now. There's a couple buds in there, but I don't see any flowers at all. Oh, there's one right there. Or two? I see two of them, but oh well. So now what we're going to do is go all the way over here to the very edge. Obviously avoiding the water as well. I lost a couple right there, so I had to wait. This is kind of a tricky intersection because I didn't want them to pick up the fiery blowhog, and I certainly didn't want them going into the water because that would have been death. But yeah, there's one more fiery blowhog over here, so make sure you take him out. Something worth noting, if he does throw the Pikmin up on that ledge up there, they're not going to be immediately killed for being quote-unquote out of bounds for going up on that ledge. They'll be just fine. And once again, fiery blowhogs cannot kill reds unless they like throw them into some kind of hazard. And that's pretty much the only real threat that can happen here, because there is water pretty close. But maneuvering through that path to get the last blowhog can be kind of annoying. So I'm going to go ahead and flower up the Pikmin again, since most of them are leaves. And I believe there is one more thing of nectar here. No, there was not. Oh well, we got much more flowers than we had beforehand, which was like, what, 2? I counted 2 on the screen, but that may not be 100% accurate. And we're going to have the reds go and work on this gate, I believe. There was one that was kind of disappeared, and then he showed up again. I'm not sure where he went, but he was there now. I guess he got started on the gate. 70 is too much to have on the gate, I'm going to tell you that right now. I would recommend having, like, 60 or 55 working on it, because you're going to need the other amounts for the blue and the yellow counts, which we are going back to get, I believe, yellows now for the bomb rocks. For all the bombs we can wall, as NCS would say. Because there is quite a few to take care of. There aren't any next to those two ship parts. Go ahead and heal really quickly here. There aren't any bombs we can wall that are going for the two ship parts that I was trying to get today. But we do want to take care of as many of the walls as we can, or at least try to break them down a little bit, so the next time we come back here will hopefully be the last time, which I don't think it was, but I could be wrong there. Kind of hard to remember. I probably have to do post-commentary for day 10 and 11 as well, because I was not aware that was my mic was so bad, but I'll have to check those episodes as well. So you do want to take exactly 15 yellows with you, because there are 15 bomb rocks right here. And to kind of maneuver them around a little bit right here, because they're being stupid, and I had to watch out for that one guy who nearly fell in the water. But there are exactly 15 bomb rocks, and Like I said, that is the only location I can think of where there are any on this, on the Forest Navel. But there might be another. That one is probably the most convenient to get to, though. Don't ask me why this yellow one was being so, for lack of a better word, impetuous. Because I disbanded him, and clearly he picked up a bomb rock right there, so I don't know why he didn't do that earlier. So now we're going to go to work on the walls. Most of the walls that we're going for is, or actually all the walls we're going for, is for either one of two purposes. Either one, it's to remove the wall between us and some kind of boss that we'll be taking on day 10. One of the two, since there's multiple bosses. And the other thing would be taking down walls to get ship parts back faster. I believe this one requires 2 for each level, so a total of 6. Yes, it does. So that's not terrible, but there is one wall that I believe takes a total of 9 here, just like there was that one in the Forest of Hope. Alright, that takes care of that. And then I'm going to go over here and take care of the one that we started, but did not get to finish because we ran out of bomb rocks. But we only need 2 for it, so that's not that bad. And one of my yellows tripped right there, apparently. I did not notice that whenever I was going through it, but whatever. Here's the one that requires a total of 9, and we have 7, which isn't enough, but I didn't expect it to be enough. Like I said, this was more to destroy most of the wall. And this will almost do it. It'll take it down to the lowest level, that's for sure. You can already see we've almost burnt through half of our day here. Like I said, it takes so long to get these 2 ship parts. Maybe it's because I got distracted with blowing up the walls. And that does take a little bit of work to do, but hey, we got it. So, that's cool. You are going to need, for these 2 ship parts that we're getting, you are going to need all 3 types of Pikmin, not just the reds. You are going to need yellows and blues as well. Yellows because you can throw them up higher, and blues to their immunity to water hazards. So, yeah, at this point I realized that the stupid mistake that I had made, which was that we did not have enough, or we had too many reds on the field. You're going to need 20, I believe 20 blues to carry back the ship part that's underwater, or at least get it up out of the water so the reds can carry it. And then 20 yellow. I believe you only need 15 yellows, but I took 20 with me, which turned out to be better, I believe. But I brought, I believe, 25 back. Ended up accidentally picking some anyway, though, so... Yeah, I took 25 of them back, so... And then they wanted to carry that back to base because, you know, Pikmin. Silly Pikmin AI, you're crazy. But yeah, for minimum, 20 blues, 15 yellows, and the rest of them can be reds. I'd recommend you do have a fair amount of reds, though, because whenever you're carrying the ship parts back, as you'll notice in a second, there's a whole bunch of fire geysers, and unless they're reds, they're going to get set on fire if they touch one of those, so... And we already know they can't move extremely fast whenever they're carrying ship parts, even if they are maxed out on it, so... Well, what I'm going to be doing here is essentially using the blues to get one of the parts out of the water, and then let the reds carry it back, and then with the yellows, get the ship part off of the cliffside, and then letting the reds carry that back as well. But you do need blues and yellows to at least get the ship parts. After that, you can use reds, which I would recommend. This is probably my favorite, even though it takes so long to complete, it's probably my favorite quote-unquote puzzle in this area, and maybe in the entire game. Make sure your Pikmin hug the wall right here, because unless the reds, if they hit one of those fire geysers, they're going to be set on fire, which obviously would not end well for them. Split them up right here with the blues. I think I left them here for now, and I had the reds and the yellows work on the bridge right here. Because one of the ship parts is across that bridge, and the other one is farther back with the geysers, so I had the yellows and reds work on that while I took the blues with me. Yeah, the camera can be kind of annoying there sometimes. But anyway, we have found another part, which is the analog computer. This computer conveys all the kind of vague data that falls outside the range of ones and zeros. Actually, to be honest, it's a little bit too vague, so it isn't very helpful. Well, that's kind of annoying then. But it is still required, so I'm going to take it back. Like I said, that once the blues get it out of the water, you can let the reds carry it the rest of the way, but you will need the blues to at least get it out of the water. If you're wondering why they didn't take that left path over there, that is because that essentially leads to a dead end. You can't get ship parts back through that way, so... oh well. You are still going to need the blues, so don't carry them back to base. I don't know why that one red was just... or those two reds were just standing there, but... now we're going to have to have them build this bridge, which took a lot longer than I thought it would for having 85 Pikmin, most of them flowers. I probably should have brought the other 15 reds with me that I didn't really need, but it would have had 15 more Pikmin working on stuff, but oh well. Because I honestly thought the bridge would have been done right then, and then I thought it would have been done right then. But it just never seemed to get finished. I don't know, maybe it's a longer bridge than I thought it was. But that's beside the point. Alright, this is the one where we need the yellows for. You also need some blues, though. At least one blue. As long as you got one blue, you're fine. Yeah, see, this is the point where I said I brought 20 yellows with me, but 15 was all I needed, so I just left the other 3 there. I didn't bother trying to split them up more. So we gotta throw the yellow ones up there, because they're the only ones that can reach it. Here's the point where I said you need the blues, because this geyser's not open, and you have to use the blues to get it open, because it's obviously in the water. And then put the blues back. Like I said, as long as you got one, though, you're good. And Olimar can go up there, and then recommand the yellow Pikmin and throw them up a second time, and get the next part. I was a little too far forward on the cliff right here, so you just be noted that you can't stand right up next to the side of it. You have to back up a little bit, but after I did that, see, no problem. You can't tell because you can't see the number right there, but it takes 15 in total to bring this part down. And that would be the Libra. My daughter gave this to me. It's named after her astrological sign. My sweet little girl. I wonder what she's doing right at this moment. Ow. That looked like it was pretty painful, and the Libra glitched through the thing. But yeah, that's just like the other part, the Sagittarius that his son gives to him. It's named after the astrological signs. So we're going to put them all over here and split them up. And we're going to take the reds. Yeah, the camera was being very uncooperative right there. We're going to take the reds, and they are going to... I believe I threw 15 on here. In total, may have been a little bit more. I threw 16 on there, just in case. Then I also had to call all the other Pikmin, because I knew the minute that I disbanded them, that if they had caught, or if they had realized that that ship part was available to be carried by more Pikmin, they would have. And they would have gone through the geysers, and unless they were reds, they would have been set on fire, which would not have ended well. So then I just took the rest of them, which was 29, and got the other ship part. Once they're free of the geysers, you can use the rest of the Pikmin to swarm it and have them help carry it back if you need to. But I'd only do that once they're clear of the geysers, because otherwise... yeah. Yeah, it's getting pretty close. I'm gonna go ahead and spoil it for you right now. The Libra made it back, but the computer did not. But we'll get it next time, so... I kind of took a gamble right here, and I really would not recommend doing what I did right here, because essentially what I did is I knew the Libra had more Pikmin on it, I knew it was farther ahead than the computer, so I just essentially assumed that the Libra would make it back, and just went back to help the computer get as far as it could. Which in retrospect, when you look at the map, you're like, oh, that's not that far from the base, but it actually, we cut it pretty close, believe it or not. I knew the computer wasn't going to make it back, but I just wanted to get as close to the camp as I possibly could, so... You'll see me check my map a couple times right here and see how close they were to the base. Which, I mean, as long as they're in the base, they're not going to get left behind. And I believe they made it with like 2 seconds left. Oh, not even that, man. They got it with 1 second left. But yeah, we did get the Leaper back, just barely. Oh man, that was way too close for comfort. My daughter gave this to me. She must be very worried, yeah. And there we go. For those of you that still don't know your Pikmin basics, if the Pikmin are in camp, even if Olimar's not controlling them, since they were at base, they were all fine as well. And obviously the ones within my battalion were safe as well. So yeah, only got one part back, but we did get one very close to the camp, and we also opened up, I believe, 2 gates and almost opened up a 3rd one, so that'll be a nice little preparation for whenever we come back here. And no food for the Wollywogs. Sorry, buddy. Actually, not at all. Why am I saying I'm sorry? Too bad for you, sucker. 9 days since impact. There are now only 14 parts that I still need to retrieve. Will I be able to cover the remaining parts of 20 more days? Surely there are some parts that aren't absolutely necessary. If my ship is not complete by day 30, the only way I will find out is to try to lift off. I just recalled the day I took my son for a ride in the spaceship. He was so happy, and I shall tell him of this journey when I return. And I shall return, I must. I can already see the look on his precious face as I describe the adventures with the Pikmin. So yeah, none lost in battle, none left behind. We did only got one ship part, but, you know, we were already ahead of schedule, so that's pretty nice. So, we'll have to go back and get that other one, but, you know, you can't always get what you want. So we'll go ahead and save. Maybe. Curse you, post-commentary, and me not knowing when I'm actually going to hit the save button. Curse you! Okay, that wasn't terrible, but whatever. So, this has been Pitmarthroy. Thank you guys for watching. And next time on Let's Play Pikmin, we're going to be going back to the Force Naval, getting that one ship part back, obviously, and hopefully taking out both the bosses, or at least one of them, and getting the ship part back. I've recorded day 10 and 11 because I knew I had to go back for one of them, but not sure if that has to have post-commentary or not, so I apologize at that rate, because I'm not 100% sure what happened, because my memory's a little bit foggy. But yeah, that's what we will be doing next time. We will be getting that one ship part back, obviously. And since I'm going to group day 10 and 11 together, I know that for a fact. They will obviously, since I'm grouping day 10 and 11 together, we're all good on that home front. But then we'll be going to the Distant Spring after we're done with that